Hey everyone, it's Stranger Grayson here. Welcome back to another horror movie review. Today, I've got another entry in the Leprechaun franchise, and that is Leprechaun 2. Leprechaun 2 came out in a 7-movie collection that I own right here that has 7 out of the 8 Leprechaun movies. I believe this came out before Leprechaun Returns did, so it's only got 7. On the back here, it's got the movie poster for Leprechaun 2. 1, 2, I've reviewed these so far. You'll see Leprechaun 3 soon, but anyway. Leprechaun 2. Mixed feelings about this movie. Anyways, what is it about? Leprechaun 2, basically, how do I put this? It kind of ignores what Leprechaun... It follows a whole new story and plot. It doesn't sort of follow up like Friday the 13th does or Halloween does. It kind of goes on its own path, if you understand what I mean. Like every sequel is just a new story. I mean, it's still same timeline. It's still the same Leprechaun, but it's just like new characters, new story, all that. So anyway, it gives a little bit of a backstory at the beginning of the opening of the movie. 1,000 years ago, the Leprechaun was trying to find a new bride, and he had this slave owner that or this slave that he had. It was a human, and he's gonna agree to let his slave go as long as he finds him a bride. And when the Leprechaun finds his bride, it turns out that's actually the slave's daughter that he's looking for. So in order to claim his bride, his wife has to sneeze 3 times, and if she sneezes 3 times without someone saying bless you or God bless you, then she becomes his wife. However, if they do say bless you, then it restarts and she won't be able to become his wife. So before she can sneeze for the 3rd time, the slave says God bless you. The Leprechaun, of course, kills him for this, and he says, within 1,000 years, I'm going to marry your bloodline, the next female in your bloodline in like 1,000 years. So after he kills him, it cuts over to 1,000 years later. It's like 1994. And it follows a girl named Bridget and her boyfriend Cody, who are, wanting to plan this whole date together. But unfortunately, Cody has to take over on their business trip for that night because his boss Marty, or friend Marty, is drunk and not able to drive. So he's taken over behind the wheel, and of course Bridget's upset. And I gotta be honest, I freaking hate Bridget in this movie. She's one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen in like any horror movie besides a couple, but honestly so far this has probably been like the worst character I've come across in a horror movie. Or at least most annoying character in a horror movie. But anyway, while this whole love thing is going on between them and struggle, it cuts to like this homeless man that is sleeping near a tree. His beer bottle or whiskey bottle gets pulled over to the tree by a leprechaun with his powers. The tree opens up, Leprechaun comes out. Of course, he steals a homeless guy's tooth because, he loves gold. So he uses his stick to try to point out and look for Bridget. And of course there is some comedic scenes thrown in there, but it's not really, most of them aren't really funny. But anyway, his stick points him out to Bridget. And of course, he's able to locate Bridget, but tries to kill Cody in the process. However, what really kicks this movie off is when he attacks Cody. He steals Bridget, but what he doesn't realize is that when he was fiddling around with his gold pot, he accidentally dropped one of his coins, and Cody took it. And so now that he's kidnapped Bridget, the whole plot line now is Cody and Morty trying to go and get Bridget back in exchange for the coin, stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically how the movie kicks off, where Cody has the Leprechaun's gold, and the Leprechaun wants it back, but in exchange he wants Bridget. So yeah. Leprechaun 2, I gotta be honest, I did not enjoy it. It was not a good sequel to the original. Just a lot of the characters I just found either annoying or they just weren't really all that interesting. Morty and Bridget were just I couldn't stand those people. Um, Cody and uh, the Leprechaun were really the only two characters I pretty much enjoyed. Warwick Davis does make a return in this movie. I'm pretty sure he stays with the franchise most of the time, but anyway, he returns as the Leprechaun. I do enjoy Warwick Davis's performance, not as much in this movie as I do in the original Leprechaun, but I still think he does a pretty well performance, even though, the movie isn't really all that good. Just, there were some cameos in this movie. I believe Clint Howard appeared in, the beginning and, in the middle of the movie. So, there was a cameo with him. You always enjoy a Clint Howard cameo. The kills in this movie, while there was some blood, it felt like a couple of them were, torn down. I will admit there's a kill where, Leprechaun uses this image of Bridget with her boobs out, but in reality it's actually a lawnmower, and he uses his magical powers to kill this dude that tries to motorboat Bridget. I thought that was pretty funny, because the dude just sticks his face into the lawnmower. That was kind of disturbing, but anyway, it was funny. It was funny and disturbing. Another one was very disturbing. It involved a steam burn kill. I won't tell you who dies from that, but it is very disturbing, especially with all the screams and stuff. That does send chills up your spine. But other than that, this movie was just kind of meh, on the plot. I didn't really enjoy this whole plot as much as I did with the original. Yeah, it's just really not all that interesting. Personally, I would rather watch the first one over this one, but that's just my opinion. The movie was given, I believe, a more budget than the original, but this movie to me kind of felt less budgeted than the first one did, and I just don't understand that. I guess it's just because I was bored throughout the whole movie. This wasn't a terrible film. I do think it was better than Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 and a couple other movies that I've reviewed on this channel, but it just kind of lost me halfway through. I didn't care about the characters all that much. They added some lore into the Leprechaun that really didn't make a lot of sense, with iron bars and how it hurts him and could possibly kill him. The ending to this movie was pretty good. I do enjoy the whole climax a little bit. It got annoying at the most part, but the very final ending where they defeat Leprechaun, that was very enjoyable. But yeah, overall, this movie was very meh, if you know what I mean. It's just, it wasn't really all that interesting to me. Don't check this out if you don't like a boring or too comedic movie. It just didn't really feel all that interesting. It's definitely better than Ginger Dead Man 2 and 3 and Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, but other than that, this isn't a good movie to pick out if you want to watch a March horror movie. Definitely check out the original one over this, but it wasn't a terrible movie. It was just a meh, bland kind of movie. Anyway, that has been my review on Leprechaun 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm hoping that the next film in this franchise gets better. I just didn't enjoy the sequel all that much. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, it's going to be hard. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it about a 5.5 to a 6. It was definitely better than Ginger Dead Man 2 and 3 and Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, but not as good as the original Leprechaun. Still one of my least favorites that I've reviewed on the channel so far, but maybe that will change. I'm hoping Leprechaun 3 will do it justice. So, in the meantime, let me know what you guys' thoughts on Leprechaun 2 was down in the comments. I would really love to hear your thoughts on it. You guys may enjoy this movie. I didn't, but if you're cool with just these cheesy kind of boredom horror movies, then definitely go for it. This thing was kind of packaged weird because it has 2 movies on one disc, on multiple discs, but anyway. Yeah, that was Leprechaun 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the movie down below, and I will see you all in the next one. make sure to check out my next review. God bless and have a good day. Bye, everyone.